Hello and welcome to the Australians Teach English podcast, the podcast by language learners, with language learners, for language learners. I'm Glenn, the director of Australians Teach English, and with me, my co-host, the brains of the show, is Antonella. All good, Anto?
All good. Hello, everyone.
That's very good to hear that you're surviving all the way over there. So when I came to Argentina, people would ask me todo bien, all of this sort of stuff, and I was kind of surprised. I was kind of surprised with the informality of the language here. It was much like what it is in Australia when we're talking to friends. We might run into them on the street. I ask them, "All good, mate? Yeah, all good." What about in Spain, where you are at the moment?
Todo bien? No, they don't use that, and you give yourself as an Argentina if you if you say so. I think they ask si está todo guay. Guay is like cool, good.
There you go. I didn't know that, but that's a new one. So
I don't use it. I don't get used to that. I am always saying todo bien, estás bien, but yes, I think they are more like asking cómo estás or qué tal. Qué tal is more common, yes, but yes, qué tal is more formal, and then todo guay. But I think that the most common is qué tal.
Yeah, interesting. So one of the themes that commonly comes up with Australian English compared to especially British English, but also American English is the level of formality. And I think people are often quite surprised with the level of informality in Australian English. It's one of the most important markers of Australian English. So do you notice this between the different speakers of Spanish, the different levels of formality?
Yes. I don't know if I would define that with formality, but Spanish people are more serious when they're talking, and Latin people, we are more like relaxed, more like we use different words and we sound, I don't know, relaxed.
It's all good.
Yeah. It's all good, yes.
It's always all good. Whereas you couldn't say that in a conversation with someone in Spain. You could say, "Don't worry, it's all good."
Yes, they won't understand you, but they will look at you like, "Okay, you're not from here. You're not from Spain.
You're too relaxed. You're not from here."
Yeah, actually, we were having this conversation with my friends here. They are from Argentina, like me, and we were saying that Spanish people sometimes don't make an effort to understand you. They ask, even if they understand, like some people, not everyone, and some people are glad that you're Argentinian and they think that is interesting, but other people don't make an effort.
Yeah, so we would say that
it's not all good without.
Yeah, so they would say they turn up their nose at you.
Yeah.
They turn up their nose at you. So this is a common thing that especially British people do to almost every other speaker of English around the world, is with a bit of arrogance. They say, "Well, you're not speaking the Queen's English, so I'm not going to talk to you." Well, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good, mate. I don't care.
And actually, at my job, I have some words that I can't say in case of clients don't understand me.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, like brindar, that we used to say we are giving you a service. We can say brindar un servicio, but in here brindar is to hacer chin with two.
To say cheers.
Me.
To say
cheers. Yes, that.
To say cheers. So yes, obviously, if you're saying that on the phone to someone that wants to speak formally, that would be thinking, well, are you drunk?
No, but in Argentina, use that in a formal way.
Yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of funny things like this, even in between languages, and we could do a lot of different episodes of this. I mean, especially with a lot of different rude words between European yes. Spanish and Latino Spanish, and even between especially United States English or North American English and Australian English. There's quite a few words that mean different things, and we will often laugh instantly if we hear them because we understand, but they have a completely different meaning. So maybe if anyone is listening, especially if you're from Portugal or from Brazil or something like this, and you've heard someone from Brazil say something strange that you thought was funny, or if you've heard someone from Portugal say something funny, this might be another thing. Because I think some of the words between Spain and particularly Argentina, but Mexico and other places like this, some people do have trouble trying to change their words. Yep.
Yeah.
And for us, all good. Well, last week we were speaking about having a crack, giving it a crack, and still my pronunciation in Spanish is to be improved. But I'll always give it a crack. But thanks to giving it a crack and one of the strange pronunciations of my Spanish words, I have the name of my mascot for our institute. Those who are familiar with us on Instagram and Facebook and so on know that I absolutely adore cockatoos, and our mascot is Toros the cockatoo. And so Antonella is responsible for this nickname, and maybe she can tell listeners why this is.
I think I can explain it asking you to say todos. To say it.
Todos.
Okay. To be fair, he's better now. Congrats on that. But at the first time he was like toros. I was like, no, there's a completely different animal. No. I don't know the problem with the R and the D, but
I think this is just a common pronunciation mistake of people speaking Spanish from English, and I think people are aware of these mistakes, but it doesn't matter. We still have to give it a crack. I think it's better to have a try, and rather than having that do sound like some gringos develop in trying to avoid actually making that mistake. You actually end up sounding worse by trying to avoid the mistake.
It is all good with mistakes.
It's all good. I think that's really important point. Yeah, and we have another little mascot on the other side of the world who is bothering Antonella in the studio.
He can never bother me, my little kitten.
Is Milo all good?
Yes, he's all good.
So tell us a little bit about Milo.
Oh, he's a kitten, a really small kitten that is playing with the microphone here, and he needs attention all the time. And that's part of this is my fault because I am always with him, so probably it's my fault.
But it's all good. He's all good.
Yeah, now he's trying to sleep on my lap, so all good.
Excellent. Perfect use.
If you can comment, I don't know if you can comment, but put if you want a picture of Milo.
If we want more pictures.
It's Milo, it's not Milo in English.
Milo. So how else would you use todo bien in Spanish as opposed would you only use it as a greeting, or would you say, no, it's all good, like something is all good?
Yeah, both. As a greeting, as saying if something is, maybe if you do something wrong and you say, excuse me, perdóname, boludo, something like that, the other person is going to say, all good, though.
Yeah, it's all good, mate.
Yeah.
So just like we would do in Australia, someone might ask you, well, how about that thing that you did on the weekend? Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Yeah, something like that.
I think especially a lot of Latinos are pleasantly surprised when they go to Australia. That's as opposed to in England or in North America, that some of these words actually translate almost directly across. I think that is one of the unique features of Latin American Spanish and Australian English, is that there is a lot of crossover with the informality, and I think that is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it also means that our humor, I think we often get along well with the humor of certain things as well. We're always making jokes. If someone is too if someone is too formal, then we will try and...
It is weird to us. I think that when people is being serious here with me, now I'm used to it, but at first it's like, okay, I say something wrong, this person doesn't like me, something like that. And then I relax and say, no, that it's just cultural. Like,
yes.
It's not on you.
But when you were first confronted with it, when someone was trying to be so serious with you, then you kind of didn't really know how to respond, because automatically to you it was a little bit funny. You kind of just wanted to sort of laugh inside you, like, what the hell is this person? What the hell is this person actually doing?
Yeah.
So, if you have a similar expression in your language that's similar to all good or todo bien, or maybe you want to argue with us, maybe you're from Spain or you're from Portugal, and you are a little bit serious yourself, and you want to write a comment, then get in touch with us on Instagram, Facebook at Australians Teach English. But until next week, we look forward to seeing you. So, all good, and we will see you guys again soon.
Bye.